What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel Money Moves with K. I am K, and today we're going to talk about secret auction websites to find shipping containers that you can convert into a living space, okay? Something that you can actually live in with the right tools, resources, and information. So let's go ahead and get started. The first website I want to talk about is a website called AuctionTime.com. Now, AuctionTime.com is it houses a lot of different shipping containers and a lot of different products. It's not just shipping containers. They have not factories, but tractors, everything, cars, a lot of different things. But for today's video, we're talking about shipping containers. All right. So one of the things I want to mention while I scroll down is that you want to make sure that the shipping container is actually in good condition. Yes, you can get it cheap for a decent price. And of course, cheap is subjective, but for what I'm saying, pretty cheap, fairly under $500 or so. You can get it for that price, but you need to make sure that it doesn't have a significant amount of rust. You can see this picture right here. Let's click on it. You want to make sure if you are trying to live in one of these shipping containers that you try to avoid the rust, okay? Also make sure that the doors are operating correctly. You're going to be looking at the flooring. You're going to be looking at zoning as well. Zoning is a big deal when you're talking about any structure on a property, on a piece of land, but especially with shipping containers, because a lot of counties are not privy to this information they're privy, but they just don't accept a lot of these different types of structures, such as tiny homes or shipping containers, because it's new, right? You also need to look at just the size of the shipping container, and a whole lot of other things. But let's get into some of these deals. So this one, the bid right now is $860. There are a lot of, and you'll see on various websites that I go to, there are a lot of shipping containers that look like this on each and every website. So this won't be the only one I call it like a bite-size shipping container, right? It's very small. But I do like it because it has like a traditional, door that you can open versus the double doors in front of the shipping container. You want to make sure also that if you can get that information, know what was stored in these shipping containers, because you don't want to be in one of these things and it was used for any chemicals or anything that could give you a reaction of any sort. But of course, I know you would clean them. However, just make sure. I think that's very valuable to know what was actually stored here, okay? If you scroll down, you can get even more information about the container. You can see the year, the terms. Also, always, as I do normally, make sure you do your due diligence. It's very important. Even if you have to do click on the FAQ of any of these websites to get how much, not only how much the property is, but how do you pay? What forms of payment are accepted? Also, a big one is shipping. So you're going to ship the shipping container or transport the shipping container, I should say. And that could be costly, right? So you need to understand the costs that are associated with moving the shipping container from where it's housed right now to your property, okay? And that would be your responsibility. It's a quick Google search to kind of get the information. And most of these sites that I'll go over, they really don't offer the shipping, but you may kind of get lucky and find a company that does, as far as the company that is selling the shipping container. Because if you look here, you can see the seller information. It says Dagger Machinery. These guys are North Dakota. They have an email address. You can message them. You can call them to get more information. I highly suggest that you do these things if you're interested in purchasing these containers. Now, I just kind of like how these look. You need to look at the integrity of the structure so that you don't purchase something that has holes or a ton of rust, as I mentioned earlier. So check out AuctionTime.com. Let me click on another one because it may take you to another site, a third party called Equipment Facts, okay? And they also sell containers as well. So if you see that, just kind of I'm giving you a heads up that you might be given another website, Equipment Facts, so that you can get more information there, okay? But I wanted to give you a heads up so that you understand that you may get another website. Okay, so that is auctiontime.com. And what I want to do is I want to show you the potential, because in my previous videos, I kept saying, think outside of the box, but I was literally showing you a box, which is a shipping container in my last video, or a mobile home or something like that, right? Or mobile office. And I want to show you some of the potential of converting a shipping container into an actual home, because sometimes, most times, you need a visual. So here it is. So this property, I forgot where this property is located, but I really have the pictures up so you can see the potential. This is the outside, the exterior of the home. Of course, I'm assuming that this property, this land, is zoned for this structure. Okay, so that's one of the things. I'm gonna click all the way to the front because I see I'm on 25. I want you to see the interior. That's why I need to start from the front. All right, so this is the picture one, and this is an Airbnb. So whether you live in this property or you use it for income purposes to generate income for Airbnb, keep that in mind, guys. This is also a way for you to gain some extra money, okay? So you can see that this is really nice. That's the only reason why I picked this one out. I'm like, wow, like I could see myself renting this out, or, you know, having it myself as a vacation home, potentially somewhere with a lot of acres of land, okay? All right. Shipping containers are durable. That's a pro. Oh, wow. This is really nice. They did a fantastic job with this. If I were to design the interior and the exterior of a container home like this, it would probably, my idea would look like this. Like, this is really nice. They did a fantastic job with this. All right. So you get the idea. These are living, I say quarters, but this is a living space for you to have a shower. Wow, this is so cool, so cool. And from the Airbnb perspective, because we've done Airbnb, we've rented our properties out for Airbnb as well. From the host perspective, this is an experience. How you make it an experience is you have a sitting area out here, you have a fire pit, a communal space where everybody can kind of gather and have some fun. You have a water source, very, very key with Airbnbs. You don't always need a water source, but it gives your property a little oomph, right? It makes it stand out because you do have a water source. And that water source here is a hot tub, which is fantastic, right? Wow, and look at this. If you see over here, they have other shipping containers. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing like a little compound or community of shipping containers on this property because of the sustainability and also the affordability of purchasing it, the right one, right? And converting it, it's going to cost some money. I'm not going to downplay that. However, to actually get the shipping container, you can get it at a really good deal, which is why I'm showing you right now. So this is absolutely beautiful, but we're going to move on. I just wanted to show you an image or some images of what that looks like. The next website I want to talk about is HiBid. I've actually talked about this website in the past, but I wanted to resurface it and bring it back because it's a website. It has a ton of good deals as well. Make sure you do your due diligence. Let's click on, let's see. Let's scroll down. So here's another one that I discussed. This is a completely different website, and they have these like smaller shipping containers as well. Let's go back up. I think I saw one that I wanted to just explore. And mind you that these these containers where they currently stand are not the final bid, right? It's not the final bid. It's the current bid. This has 39 days. Let's not do that one. It's a little bit too long. Let's see if I can get something like about to close, kind of give you an idea. 39 days, those I can filter it out, of course. Best match. Time remaining. Let's see. Okay. And this goes back to something that I'm not interested in. All right. So my point is, check out HiBid. You have a lot of good deals on here as well. Make sure you look at the time that like how many days are left on the auction, the current bid and everything is G to G good to go so that you can really get a good deal. All right, let's see this one. Local pickup only. So these are all things that you need to look for to make sure that, you know, and where is this? This is California. Got it. Okay. So HiBid. HiBid is another website you can go to find shipping containers that you can get for a pretty good deal. All right. The next website I want to discuss with you guys, I've also talked about this in the past, is Proxibid. Proxibid is another good website to find shipping containers and get some really, really good deals. You can bid online and this was 20 hours. Let's see. $475. And you don't necessarily need it just for a living space. You can also use it for storage. A lot of folks, they need storage, affordable storage. Instead of getting a shed, they may get a shipping container. It does the job for them as well. So keep your eyes open for things like this, not only for a living space, but for shed opportunities as well. You can bid now for $500. There's a 10% premium. Make sure you look at all the fees that are associated with it. What forms of payment do they take? I mentioned that earlier. This is in Texas. Okay, got it. Let's see. $10, 12 days left. $10 is the current bid, of course, but okay. Go. Where is this located? Pennsylvania, got it. East Earl, Pennsylvania, never heard of that. Use gable entrance, fork pockets, see pictures. Okay, terms of sale. They do accept credit card. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go into debt to purchase a shipping container, but if you see the play and you know you'll pay that back eventually and you are a good steward with your money, I definitely encourage you to do what you need to do. Take that how you will, okay? That's the end of my video. Thank you so very, very much for making it to this point of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you comment in this comment section, shipping container. It allows me to know that you made it here in the video, and I certainly do appreciate it. Until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.